All right, can you start by introducing yourself?
Okay, yes. Full name, government name, birth name. No, I'm joking. Looking at you. Am I like piercing? My focal is the camera. It's like reality TV. Okay, like I'm talking to the people. I'm back. No, I'm joking. Hi, this is Keita Williams, celebrity publicist, brand expert, TV personality to some of you who may not know me from being a publicist, but may have known me from reality TV. They say that you've had 9 lives. I think I've had 9 career lives. I think the crazy part for me is being a Kentucky girl from humble beginnings, it really didn't register me that I could actually have a career of my dreams, something that I could actually mold for myself. A day in the life for me, honey, come along for the show. It's almost like Ringling Brothers, Barnum and Bailey Circus meets the opulence of, going to a grand Met Gala with the combination of my gym and gymboree, because I am a mommy. And swirled into that, to be honest with you, is being able to have a master class and a front row seat to the A-list club. And that's a fraternity, sorority, special VIP, platinum status, if you will, that I actually have a ticket to, not because someone is giving me a ticket, but because I've earned my ticket. It's really hard at times as a publicist, because a black publicist, because I'll tell you one thing. When it comes to the media, I'm very protective because I have my degree in journalism, so I've been on the other side. And as a publicist, the media is segregated into 2 compartments. It's mainstream and urban press. In particular, you have other facets. You have obviously your Latin press as well, but it's mainstream and urban. And mainstream is considered what I call your right press or your white press. And it's our job as black publicists to get our clients and to make them mainstream. And it kind of gives me this uneasy feeling because it's almost as if being black talent isn't good enough. You have to be mainstream talent. And I'll give you an example. A lot of people remember the Halle Berry incident. If you don't, insert that clip. The Halle Berry incident happened where Halle was doing a premiere of some sort. I can't remember what she was there for. But what happens a lot of times when it's a big event, they put all of the black press at the end. Whether it's the Oscars, whether it's the Grammys, the American Music Awards, any kind of premiere or function or junket, we go at the end. And that's shame on you, shame on you. And the reason why we go at the end is because we're not considered credible press. And I said it, we're not considered credible press, we're not considered valuable press. We're thrown at the end of the line because they feel like because our publication, our circulation, our voice and our reach isn't important. And to me, that's a slap in the face. So when we're put at the end, what happens is all of the talent, whether it's Halle Berry, Denzel Washington, Jennifer Lawrence, J-Lo, Mariah Carey, whoever it is that hits the carpet first, is mainstream. So they're gonna do all of the mainstream press, white press first. Then, when they get to the end of the press, guess what happens? They run out of time. They run out of time for us. The very us that used to buy your tickets before they did. The very us who bought your records and downloaded your music before they did. The very us who supported you before they did. You don't have time for us. So that, as a publicist, is the biggest thing that kills me and breaks me down because I'm always gonna stand in protection and tell my clients, no, we matter too. So when we get to the end of this line, we're gonna have time. We're gonna do this because guess what? We're wrapping up this mainstream because we have other press to do that's on the other side of this barricade.
So what does self-care look like for you?
Find self-care. Hold on, y'all, I'm looking for self-care. Hold on a second. Let me find, looking for self-care. Self-care for me, oh, hey, self-care. I had my glasses on because sometimes it's hard to find self-care. I'll say this, that question right there is a very good one because self-care is important. The reason I put my glasses on is sometimes I can't see it, even though I need it. And in this new phase of where I am and being a mommy mogul, being a woman who is about her business, who's really about making sure that I keep myself in a good place that's not toxic. I have to make sure that I'm intentional. I believe that you gotta know how to unplug. So the first part of my self-care is unplugging from all of the other things around me that don't matter to my own well-being. And I realized that when I was a vessel of life that came through me, that self-care was important because if I'm not okay, then my child's not gonna be okay. Most people that come up to me a lot of times. They'll say, oh my God, you know, it's really nice to meet you, or, you know, I used to watch your show, and, you know, you were so inspiring. I'm like, really? Was I? I just thought I was following behind somebody that was trying to tell what to do because his life was going off the rails. But what I realized when my partner and I, Monique Jackson, created the TO show, and a lot of people don't realize that we weren't just on the show. Monique and I were the first. Can y'all move the camera in a little bit closer to me? Monique and I were the first women of color to create, produce, and star in a reality TV show. Okay, so we were on before Basketball Wives, and of course I love Shawnee, and of course she's in front of that. But before there was Basketball Wives, there was the TO show. We were the precursor. We were the first show because we had great ratings, which gave Basketball Wives a lane to dribble in. We were on at a time where reality TV wasn't toxic. We weren't throwing blows. We weren't throwing jabs. Now we may have had some precursors with each other in terms of language, but we weren't violent to one another. Before I created the TO show, I worked for Russell Simmons at Def Jam Music Group. And while I was there, having the privilege to work with so many masterminds like a Jay-Z, a Mariah Carey, you know, even some of the rock and roll, Bon Jovi, being in those spaces, the Ludacris, the Ashanti, oh baby, that's my girl. It was important to really see how things manifest. I learned so much. But one particular artist in mind who gave me something my first week was LL Cool J. He was shooting his video for Love You Better. He gave me some advice that I still to this day take with me, and I've planted it in the root of who I am. We were doing his video shoot, and he had to be live. And back then, there was something called Access Granted. There was something that E used to do live. And so BET Access Granted was shooting, and then I was doing a live hit with Mainstream E. And for us at the time, when you're live, you can't wait. So I went to knock on his door. Was like, do I call him Mr. LL? Do I call him Cool J? What do I call LL Cool J is hard. Like, what do I call him? So I'm first weekend, rookie, new, Def Jam Records. We doing it. Knock on that trailer door. Bop, 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 bop. Excuse me, Mr. Cool J. Are you ready for the live shot? He's in there doing his push-ups. Because remember, he's about to do this video shoot shirtless, okay? He was ready for the cameras, ready to give it. Ladies love Cool James. All of that was real. So he said, not yet. Boom, door closed. Okay, well, okay. The producer's wigging out. Okay, we're going live. Like, we're going live in 5 minutes. He needs to be out here. I was like, please, Becky, calm down. But in my mind, I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna get fired if we lose this live shot. I got, lock on the door. Boom, 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 boom. Excuse me, Mr. LL, are you ready for the live shot? I will in a minute. Boom. Oh my God. Okay. He said he's not. I done called him Mr. Cool J. Done called him Mr. LL. Okay. Get it together. Listen, we're about to be live in 2 minutes. Like, what is happening? We're going to have to kill the shot. I was like, if you kill that shot, I swear to God, you're going to kill my job. It's going to be a problem. That's what I thought in my head. I said, listen, I got this. He's on cue. He's a mastermind. He's gonna be out here right when it's time. Go knock on the door. I was like, oh my God, I'm running. I'm like, boom, 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 boom. I was like, listen, we really need to go. I was like, you know, they're really calling for us. You know, are you ready? Can you just, you know, he goes, step in here for a second. I was like, oh my God, he's about to fire me, and he didn't even hire me. So I stepped in, he was like, listen, you knocked on my door twice, right? I was like, right, yes, I did, Mr. Cool J. He's like, you don't have to call, just call me Todd. I was like, Todd, okay. He was like, listen, when you knocked on my door, you have a position, right? You're new here, right? I was like, yeah. What's your position? Director of PR for, okay, that's your position. What is my position? I know who I am. I know what I'm supposed to do. He was like, instead of you coming knocking on my door asking me, are you ready for this live shot? If it's your position to get me there, you need to knock on the door and say, I'm ready for you. There's a difference. Don't ask me if I'm ready. Tell me you're ready for me. Because see, that's the lane you own. That's the thing you covet. Know who her is. Know who you are. Walk in that space and I'll follow you. So, ask me what I'm doing. I'm doing something called the Her Collection. It's called Authentically Her. And Authentically Her is basically a movement that I've created that's more than just merchandise. It's more than just, you know, words of affirmation on social media. When he gave me that advice, I felt like it was very important for people to know who they are, especially women, not just women of color, but just women in general. So Authentically Her is basically something that I've created with another one of my partners. Her name is Jeanette Polynice. And we're both mommies, but what we realized as mommies, we also lost who we were. and we had to find ourselves. But I realized women a lot of times lose who they are anyway because we're so busy saying, you know what, I want to be her. I want to be just like her. And I kind of want this to be, you know, a space where women can come. It's going to be platforms that we'll be able to do. I would love to, obviously we have a website that we're going to launch. We're also going to have merch. And what Her is, I'm going to share this with you. So I see myself as a creator, a producer, a director, an innovator. When you think about the word creator or producer, right? Producer, producer, right? Creator. You can be the creator of a life, creator of a project, creator of your own destiny. But instead of it being the her, I wanted her to be a part of it. So create her, produce her, act her, win her. You know, the crazy part is I had this epiphany: photographer, teacher, mother, M-O-T-H-E-R. Creator wouldn't be spelled the same way. C-R-E-A-T-E-H-E-R. Producer, P-R-O-D-U-C-H-E-R. So it's all about understanding that you own her and whatever it is you're doing. You know what I'm saying? So that's the part of me being so excited about this one thing that I'm doing that's gonna move masses. So whatever you are, just know that you are already her. So with Authentically Her, that's where we are, that's where we're moving. We'll be able to launch a little bit more and tell you a little bit more about it. But yeah, follow us on social media, Authentically Her, and then also on our website, authenticallyher.com.